Dear friends, Torah in this week's parasha says, Ki seitzei lamilchama alevecha, when you'll go out to war against your enemy. And the Sfarim explains so beautifully that whenever you see the word oyev, enemy, in the Torah, for that matter, again, even in rabbinic literature, it's often a reference to the Yetzer Hara, to those internal self-sabotaging mechanisms. The oyev, the greatest enemy of the Jew, is sometimes not something external to me, but rather something internal. As we mentioned, those self-sabotaging mechanisms, sometimes like I'm doing everything right in life and I pull the rug out from under me. That's the oyev, that's the great enemy. And the Sfarim explains so beautifully, look how the Torah tells us to combat the Yetzer Hara. It says, Ki seitzei lamilchama alevecha. There are two ways in which one could wage war. One could wage a defensive battle, or one could wage an offensive battle. You could wait till the enemy comes to you and then engage him, or you can go ahead and take the battle to the enemy. An offensive war versus a defensive war. And the Sfarim explaining Kadosh Baruch Hu is telling us, so much better to wage an offensive war in life. So much better to take the fight to the enemy than allow the enemy of the Yetzer Hara at your doorstep. Ki seitzei lamilchama alevecha. Go out and wage war against the Yetzer Hara. Go out and be proactive in tackling your problems. All too often in life, we wait until we have no choice but to tackle our issues. We wait until we have no choice but to contend with our problems. We wait sometimes until problems become so incredibly enormous that we have no choice but to deal with them. But it doesn't have to be that way. I can be proactive in dealing with my life issues. I can be proactive in identifying what are the things that are broken and how could I devise a plan and a strategy to address it. Sometimes we have no choice but to wage defensive wars. But all too often in life, we have the ability to go on the offense. Ki seitzei lamilchama alevecha. Go out to war against your enemy. Don't wait until the problems, difficulties, and vicissitudes of life explode into an uncontrollable crisis. But rather, again, be proactive in tackling my internal issues. Be proactive in tackling my life challenges. Bring the war to the internal enemy. Wage the offensive battle. Ki seitzei lamilchama is not simply a strategy for actual war, but an incredible strategy for life success as well.